Oh, right. Let's see what we can find around here.
Well, that is an intimidating knife.
Nothing. Nothing.
When I think of women in my past who were black book quality, Regan Madsen from my Pandora case always comes to mind. Well, I suppose you've already sat in my chair and have eaten my porridge, too.
Took you long enough. I thought I was gonna have to stir it in by myself. I hope you don't mind I made myself comfortable. And I'm very comfortable.
Yeah, you look it.
How long does it take you to smoke that cigarette?
Oh, you'd be surprised. She was vicious, mean, nasty, and rotten to the core. I still think fondly of her almost every day. Maybe I should go get checked out at a medical clinic for reasons other than my head injury. I'm hoping this newspaper article is not some sentimental keepsake. Looks like I'd like to wear sunglasses at night. Nitro case shattered. By Tex Murph, these watches are worth a small fortune.
Kleenex.
Real brass knuckles. That's a big departure from my non-lethal weapons collection. Wait a second. I'm pen pals with Big Jim Slade? Black leather gloves? Emily? Oh, man. I hope she's doing this to get through school. Some habits die hard. I'm hoping this isn't mine. I'm hoping this isn't mine.
Now I'm confused. Alright, hints. Travel 3 cards midnight shop. Talk to Archie. Talk to Rook and receive the Tesla book. Examine the Tesla book. Solve and bypass the Tesla book puzzle?
Looks like Bowers was in. Some lady gave me her phone number? I'm not used to that.
Travel to apartment 2C on the 2nd floor of Ritz Hotel. Use Margaret Leonette's key on the lock. I am so confused. Three cards midnight shop to talk to Archie and receive the photo of Margaret Leonard. Okay.
You have a fax. You have a fax.
Looks like Archie's back in town. I should check out his 3. I see my credenza is still keeping dust off the floor. It's one of my business cards, but it looks different. Why did I change these?
So let's. Why did they even bother giving me that place then? You stupid. 3 cards midnight.
Archie Ellis is my herbal tea-loving, source for all things alien, supernatural, conspiracy theorist. Or he's just plain crazy. He ran into some trouble with the NSA on my last case. Last I knew, he was hiding out in some tropical locale with a bevy of beauties. I'm surprised he's back in town.
50 Shades of Grey. Oh.
Hey, Murphy, how you doing? You okay? I heard you were having some kind of amnesia. You know, most alien abductees always have some sort of memory loss.
Whoever gave me this lump on my head wasn't some midget alien. No offense.
Hello, aliens? We all know they have long arms. Yowza!
You really back off, man, because I swear I will shoot the next person who tries to touch this, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry. Ouch. Ooh. So, I guess you do need some catching up then. A few months ago, I moved back here from the islands and I opened up this place, and I was hoping that you and I could hang out together like old times, but you haven't been around much.
So I haven't come by with the traditional welcome back fruit basket? I have turned into a bastard.
Sounded like the same Murph to me, making jokes and putting your cigarette out in my herbal tea before I'm done with it.
Yeah, you're never gonna let me forget that one, are you? So we talked recently?
Not yet, but you know I'm always ready to be Robin to your Batman. Without the homoerotic undertones, of course.
Sorry, Arch, but it's a package deal. If you're gonna be in this with me, you're gonna have to be in all the way.
You had me going there, Murph.
Okay, Boy Wonder, I need you to enter 2 names into the Bat computer. Mason Bowers, Margaret Leonard.
Well, I don't know about Mason Bowers, but Margaret Leonard? She's connected to one of the greatest mysteries of all time. I mean, you know who Nikola Tesla was, right?
Nikola! The cough drop?
Nikola Tesla was a genius. Probably one of the greatest geniuses ever. I mean, it was Tesla, not Marconi, who was the true inventor of the radio. He invented a Tesla coil, and AC electricity, remote control. He even pioneered cryogenics.
So are you almost to the part about Margaret Leonard?
Right. Well, Tesla died in 1943 when the FBI just swooped in and confiscated all his papers and designs. Then in about 2012, all this stuff, the Tesla cash just disappeared. And you want to know who the #1 suspect was?
Margaret Leonard.
No, an FBI agent named Charles Johansson. Now, I know they could never prove that he did it, but then he quits the FBI and joins some Tesla fanatic group called the Tesla Legacy Society, a group dedicated to making the world better through technology. And that's where he meets
Margaret Leonard?
Bingo! They fall in love, they get married. I think they even had a kid together.
So where's Margaret now?
Not a clue. Johansson died a couple years later, cancer, I think. After that, Margaret just dropped out of circulation.
So all this happened, what, 37 years ago? I mean, no one's found the Tesla cash since then?
It's one of the great mysteries, the lost inventions of Nikola Tesla.
What's the big deal with the Tesla inventions? I mean, there must be some reason they were never made.
Oh, you ever hear of a little thing called Tunguska?
Have I ever? Picked up a bad case when I was down in Mexico. It's where I learned the phrase, Baños, rapidos, ándale muchachos, vámonos!
Oh, Murph, you're too funny. You know, in 1890s, Tesla conducted an experiment and created a resonance frequency. You know, like a big vibration, and it nearly took out a whole chunk of New York City. And then in the 1900s, he began to work on what he called a teleforce beam. The press called it, a death ray, cooler name. But a few years later in Russia, remote area called Tunguska, something caused an explosion 1,000 times greater than the atomic bomb.
1,000 times greater than the atomic bomb 40 years before we invented it?
But that was the last anyone ever heard of the death ray. Tesla never got funding. Instead, they made him out to be some crackpot, and he was broke for the rest of his life. Some people think the plans for it were part of the Tesla cash. Just think how much someone would pay to get their hands on that.
Not very much. Because, now the bombs currently is around 200 times stronger than the one we dropped on Hiroshima. Just saying.
The Tesla cash is right up there for me. Oh, and the death ray? Well, the name says it all, doesn't it? He died like 40 years ago and either left the Tesla cash with Margaret Leonard or somebody else, or he took it to the grave. I've been checking my sources, but no one's heard a thing about her in years. Both aliens and ghosts can communicate through their dreams. It's a proven fact. Donnelly's kind of a mysterious character. He was a private detective Tesla may have hired not long before he died. There's a mention of it in one of Tesla's letters. Don't know about that.
Already found it.
Gosh, you'd think a sidekick would be a little more helpful, huh?
No kidding.
My little buddy Mojo works over there. We hang out a lot, but I can't stay there too long. Something makes my eyeballs burn. He's not very friendly, is he? Yeah. Oh, that's the Hollow Babe at the Golden Gate. Yeah, Mojo is warm for her form, or lack thereof, as it were. You like my shop? Kind of like my old one, the Cosmic Connection. But I had to change the name in case, the NSA and all that. You know me, Murph. Always up for an adventure, as long as I don't have to go anywhere. I actually wouldn't mind forgetting a few years of my own life, mostly my teenage years. I eat at the Brew and Stew all the time. Seems nice.
God, you have...
And I'll never forget what you did tipping me off before that whack job NSA guy could get me.
Okay.
As I leave, Archie hands me an old photograph of Margaret Leonard. Maybe someone else on Chandler will recognize her from the picture. Looks like someone has already helped themselves to the items behind the counter. Closed. Yeah, this building's been a lemon for anyone who's tried to open a business here.
Ooh.
If you were looking for me earlier, I wasn't here.
Well, it's not like you're gonna just sit around here waiting for me to ask questions, right?
Yeah, that wouldn't be very realistic, would it? So what can I do for you?
You recognize the woman in this photo?
Oh, nice. I think I saw her in a playbook from 1996. Is this your girlfriend?
What would you know about romance?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Not counting the inflatable variety.
I'm just kidding about this woman being your girlfriend. She's actually mine. No, I'm kidding again. This is Margaret Leonard. She's had a room here at the Ritz forever. She used to live here, but I haven't seen her in years. So, she may not be here anymore, but she auto-pays her rent. So it's all good.
Any chance you can get me into her apartment?
Not a chance in hell. I let her install her own security system, just like you, except hers is a real one. I can't tell you which apartment it is, but you won't get in without a passcode or a personal invitation. Maybe I could try to help you with something else. I'll bet she was something back in the day. Way back in the day. All I know about her is she's got a room here. I hardly ever see her, so I don't know when she's here and when she isn't. Can't help you with that.
So we know she has a room there, but we don't have the key. So let's go talk to the other people around
More
the town.
questions? Why you gotta keep coming back with more questions? I remember her. Sweet little old lady. Used to see her around the neighborhood years ago. Don't remember the last time I saw her.
Unfortunate.
I've been thinking, Murphy, perhaps I should confide something to you.
Oh, this should be good.
That is, you believe Maldonado is spying on you, but it could have been someone else.
Not Margaret Leonard by any chance.
How did you know?
Do the words P.I. mean anything to you?
Margaret may be in grave danger. I've tried to contact her, but to no avail.
Gosh, if only we knew someone with some detective skills. Do you know how to get into her apartment?
No, but she may have left a clue. Some time ago, she left this in my care. It's for you.
For me?
She wanted you to have it in case anything happened. I met Margaret years ago. She was a woman of secrets.
Years ago.
I have an interest in Tesla collectibles, so yes, I've heard of it. And no, I don't know where you could find it.
And no.
I met Margaret years ago. She was a woman of secrets.
Okay, we got that. Might as well talk to the other people.
Still can't believe I'm working with the one and only Tex Murphy. What can I do for you, sir? That's the witch. At least that's what I call her. A couple times I've seen this old lady sneaking around the neighborhood.
So useful.
Hey, what can I do for you, Murph? Oh, I know this little lady. Haven't seen her around in quite a while, but she used to come in pretty regular. I think she lived at the Ritz, at least for a time. She and Chelsea were real friendly. Pretty sure her name wasn't Margaret Leonard, though. At least that ain't the name she told me. I know you was having bad dreams way back when, but I didn't hear nothing else about him after, the thing with Chelsea happened.
We can go to the hotel, talk to the hologram. Oh god, the skybox is terrible.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing? Sorry, I don't know a lot of people, except the ones that come in here. Not a clue.
So good. Okay.
I wonder if anyone else on Chandler Avenue has seen Margaret Leonard. It looks like Archie's back in town. I should check out.
What? The life of Nikola Tesla? Okay, I need a hint on how to solve that. Solve the or bypass the puzzle. Receive Margaret Leonard's key. Okay.
If a bell is...
Always happy to help out my best tenant.
Heck, Malden. That buffoon always got credit for cases I... Well, this is a flashy new neighbor. Yeah, needs a key. People who stay here at the Ritz don't... People who stay here at the Ritz... Yeah, needs a key. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Needs a key. Well, that was stupid.
Hey. The life of Nikola Tesla. 9:10. This down row is 9:15. So do we have to add everything together to equal 15? Could be possible. 9:10. So this has to be 5. Whoops. 1, 2, 9. This has to be 6. 12, 13. Yep. 3, 7. And this needs to be 8. 13, 14, 15. 2, 5. There you go. That wasn't so hard at all.
Why would Margaret Leonard leave me a key? Needs a key. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Was she blind when she picked these out?
Oh, no. The hell?
There are 12 positions for each of the flowers on the box. I wonder if there's something around here that could help me out. It's a business card for someone named Count Saint Germain. Looks like Margaret Leonard had a video journal. I'll need to find a memory stick to use on the vid player to watch them. What's this? As I walk in the bathroom, I realize there's something...
Saints and sinners, or the unusual suspects. This game is pretty long, I'm surprised.
Nice shower curtain. Oh, I think I found Margaret Leonard. Well, most of her. It's a business card for someone named Count Saint Germain. Looks like Margaret... I wonder what Margaret...
The dream that Charles and I shared has become a nightmare. I wanted to believe, so it was easy to deceive myself, and to know that I have helped to bring it to pass is more than I can bear. I gave them everything, except for the key to it all. I must find the egg before they do. I have long suspected that Tex is a vital piece to the puzzle. His connection to Donnelly preceded the neural experiments. His coming to Chandler Avenue, a norm among mutants, to the Ritz, and even into Donnelly's same apartment. That was not coincidence.
That hurt my ears.
Was it fate, or something else that drew Tex here? It was right here all the time, under our noses. Tex has found the Tesla egg. Mason believes Tex is with us and will help us against the translator. But I have my suspicions. I think we need to get the egg away from him.
Data corrupt.
I wish I had the courage to destroy the egg. I just can't let go of hope. With the egg gone, the threat would likely be eliminated, but so would the glorious future we envisioned. I want to try one more time, and until I know one way or the other, I'm entrusting the egg to the only person I know who would die to defend it. The one who prays.
I was working with Margaret Leonard and Mason Bowers in neural experiments? What's my connection with J.T. Donnelly and the egg found in my wall? Why would she steal it from me and entrust it to someone else? The one who prays. Oh, there's a flower for each month of the year.
A flower for each month of the
Was she
year.
blind when she picked these out?
There's 12 marks. Okay. We got a rose, a daisy, some blue things, and a sunflower? No, that's not a sunflower. Rose, June, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, the blue one, 6, 4, 9, yellow, 6, 4, 9, 7, 6, 4, 9, 7? No. 6491. Right? No, 6497. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1. Yeah.
It's a picture of someone named Mantis. It's a picture of someone named Mantis.
Oh my god. Thanks. Thanks. How to meet him? Talk to Clint. Knock on part 1C at the Ritz Hotel. Okay, so ask everyone. So basically, I'm gonna go and talk to everyone.
Well, hello, boys.
Mr. Murphy, you need to come with us if you want to live.
Seriously?
Just kidding. What was going on in there? You know the drill.
Why do so many people around you end up dead?
Well, everybody dies eventually.
But not all at once. Did you kill Margaret Leonard?
Really? You think beheading a little old lady fits my MO?
But we keep walking in on you with all these dead bodies. You must be the unluckiest guy in the world.
Whoever offed Margaret Leonard either hated her guts or was completely bonkers. I mean, why would someone decapitate her?
I don't care why, I just want to know who.
You should
Wait
care
a second,
why.
how do we even know it's Margaret Leonard? I mean, maybe that's why they took the head.
Yeah, that might have worked 100 years ago, but now we've got apps for that. We've already got a positive ID.
It's kind of fun, isn't it? I mean, kind of working together, bouncing ideas, sharing information. I mean, what if I said I had some information might help your investigation?
I'd say you were withholding evidence.
No, I said I might have something.
No, you said you had something that might help.
Yeah, oops. Look, Danwich, you seem like a stand-up guy, and I know you don't want any vigilantism, so I'll play it by the book. I think I have video that might have been shot by the guy who killed Margaret Leonard. I'm just gonna hand it to you, and hope you'll cut me some slack.
It's on your smart, Alex? Let's have it.
The guy in the video's Mason Bowers.
And this is the guy you think was abducted. The problem is there's no evidence of anyone being abducted, so I can't investigate. My hands are tied.
Well, mine, as you see.
I may have seen this guy before on some kind of surveillance video.
A surveillance video, you say?
The video could have shown you in your apartment talking to an elderly lady. There may have been another man there as well, a mutant of some kind, who might have jumped you. The elderly lady, in theory, could have appeared to have injected you when you were restrained. In the ensuing struggle, you might have been knocked out on the fire escape.
And when would Bowers have shown, hypothetically?
Right after you were knocked out, tore through the apartment in pursuit of the old lady.
So everything that I've told you matches up, and we're both looking for Mason Bowers.
Are you familiar with a program called VCT? Vehicle Compliance Tracking. All cars come with sensors that report when one is out of compliance. For example, when you have your right front headlight shot out, if you could access the VCT database, which is illegal and highly inadvisable, you would find a list of all vehicles with the right front headlight shot out. If you could provide more information on the vehicle, you can access an ID and an address from the registration.
Any chance this might have been the vehicle seen in the Maldonado surveillance video?
I gotta get back to work, Murphy. If you got questions, ask them. And then stop wasting my time with this speculative nonsense.
Oh dear.
A speeder with a broken headlight on the front passenger side? No idea what you're talking about. That's Margaret Leonard? I'll have to take your word for it.
Oh my god.
Don't recognize the face. Sorry.
Sure.
I know who Zach Williams is, and who his associates are. I'd advise you to keep your distance.
As soon as I got back from the new San Francisco Police Department, I had an urgent message from Rook. It seems Rook had a soft spot for Margaret and wanted to bring her some justice. He told me he had another interested party in the Tesla cache, a Count Saint Germain, who was staying at the Golden Gate Hotel. Maybe he could divulge some answers.
Alright. Heading to the Golden Gate Hotel.
One hears a great deal about Tex Murphy on Chandler Avenue. To what do I owe this pleasure?
My goodness.
Word is you're a big fan of Nikola Tesla, or at least his stuff.
Really big fan.
Yes. Your local pawn shop has a remarkably extensive offering of Tesla paraphernalia. Certainly the largest cache I've found this side of Belgrade.
You mind if I ask what your interest is in Tesla?
I gather you're at least somewhat familiar with the story of the Tesla cache? I believe some of the items Rook has were part of the Tesla cache, but he refuses to divulge how he obtained them. I presume from Margaret Leonard, or some third party who got them from her.
Shocking. Rook normally would cut off his right arm if he thought somebody'd buy it.
I've spent many years searching for something. My hope is to find a clue as to its whereabouts in Tesla's letters or journals. But the trail has led me here. Tell me, Mr. Murphy, do you know the name J.T. Donnelly?
Yeah. I mean, I just heard about it, but he was a PI, and he lived around here back in the 1940s.
At the Ritz, in the very room in which you now live. An intriguing connection.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting and maybe a little weird, but it's not a connection.
But it's so much more than that. Back in Donnelly's time, there was a man known as the Sleeping Prophet, Edgar Casey. He made a compelling case for the belief that most of us have lived past lives.
You're losing me.
Come now. You've said on more than one occasion that you felt as if you'd been born a century too late. A man out of time, as it were. Tell me, do you have disturbingly realistic, vivid dreams of another era?
What? You know about my dreams? I must be getting incredibly broad-minded in my old age. So what are you saying? I was J.T. Donnelly in a former life?
We could explore that possibility, but first, have eggs ever appeared in your dreams?
Oh, I love eggs, of course. Poached, over easy, scrambled. I mean, they're certainly nature's wonder food.
There are affordable accommodations in better parts of the city. Something could have been drawing you specifically to the Ritz. Don't you agree?
Yeah, cheap rent. Could you maybe help me out with these memories? Help me interpret these dreams?
If you could find this egg, or even put me on its trail again, I have certain techniques, such as regression and channeling, that could help you recall past events. And, I should add, the egg is worth a fortune, which I would gladly pay.
We talk for a few minutes longer, but I tell him I need to get back to the case. This is way beyond my comprehension. Mystical eggs? Mind regression? Past lives? It's boggling. Margaret spoke of an egg being held by a religious fanatic who prays. Was it the Tesla egg I found in the wall at the Ritz? If so, it would have been there for over 100 years. Does it have some sort of channeling power from the person who possessed it? Well, Mason Bowers is still the key. I need data for the VCT so I can find out who kidnapped him. I better start asking around.
Okay, let's go ask around.
Time for some good old-fashioned detective work. You should talk to potential witnesses and see if they know anything about the suspicious vehicle involved with the abduction.
Awesome.